Alright, we are back for this part of the video series, and that is installing the custom menu into this thing. And as you can see here, this is the micro SD card that I flashed all of those packets to, unzip those packets, and put them onto this card here. So we fire it up here. And there you go. You have your stock or your vanilla menu here. So everything is as it should be. There's your various emulators, the stock emulators and ROMs that I've put on here. And as you can see, it goes from the Capcom system all the way down through to the Game Boy emulators. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this SD card back in the device. Let it read it. You'll see up in the corner here, if I can get my camera to focus, you can see that it says SD card. You go down all the way over to the file system, and then you're going to go to previous directory, and here you're going to see your U-disk, which is your internal storage, and you're going to see your SD card. You go into that, and here are those apps, the D menu, and the emulators, the alternative emulators that this package here contains. So we're going to go ahead and go to the D menu. We're going to go to installer, and we're going to install.dge. Now, when we open that up, there you go. So just that quick, we have now installed from this SD card onto the file system, onto our vanilla, that now whenever I cut this thing off, and I cut it back on, it should go right back into this custom menu. So yeah, there you go. My first impressions here, it does look nicer. I am enjoying this whole overall theme. The little icons for your games, your music, videos, and pictures. It seems like that is definitely much more simplified, and visually or aesthetically, I am enjoying that. You can go in your system here, and you can change your themes, change the sounds that this thing makes whenever you're hitting the buttons. This is all stock. I haven't done anything different than the way this thing comes. So, that is the installation of the custom firmware. I'm going to save going into these emulators and going into what this all comes with and how to get the games and different things into this. I don't know enough about that at the point of making this video to really go into that. At this point, what you've witnessed is the installation of the custom firmware. So what I did learn, and I did want to show you, is if you've done this and you're freaking out and you're like, you go to the emulators and you click on something and now you're seeing a bunch of stuff you don't recognize. You're used to the vanilla, because that's absolutely what happened to me. And you go in here and you're like, well, what am I doing? Wait a second. Okay, there's Metal Slug and King of Fighters. So, but this isn't how or where my games were. I know I had those, had other games on here, and you can see that this is obviously in the stock or vanilla file system to where I had my games stored, but I'm going on here, I'm seeing some of my games, but I'm not seeing others. I don't know how to operate this thing. I've really messed up. It looks cool, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'd much rather just go back to the original. So just something that I found, if you don't want to flash the old operating system back onto your device, cut the thing off, eject this card here, get that thing out of there, and cut this thing back on. And I'm back to my vanilla menu and everything. So apparently this thing has to be in here and powered off and cut back on, and that's what will happen, is it will go automatically to that new menu. But so crisis averted. You have your stock stuff, and oh, okay, there's all my games, which I wasn't seeing before. And like I said, I'm totally contributing that to my lack of knowledge of this new firmware, this new menu, and that was not the intent of this video. The intent of this video, like I said, was to show how to get the new menu on here, and you guys have literally taken the journey with me on my first alteration of this thing. So if you like this video and you want to see what happens next, which is learning this new menu, learning the alternative emulators, really going into what this thing can do with some more options available to you, then please stay tuned for the next part of this video series, which is learning that new menu. So once again, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.